Hey guys, thanks for being with me. We're talking about James chapter 1, and I want to take you today to verse 21. But it begins with the word therefore. Now, any good preacher would tell you, therefore, the following is because of what's just been said. So in light of that which has just been said, therefore, says this, let therefore lay aside all filthiness and overflow of wickedness, and receive with meekness the implanted word, which is able to save your souls. Therefore, lay aside all weakness. Therefore, once you're on that altar of that first fruit sacrifice thing we spoke about yesterday, the first thing that has to die in your mind and in your heart that you have to lay on that altar is all the filthiness and all the stuff that is overflowing, this of wickedness, and receive with meekness. You see, only the meek are going to do this. Those who come with pride are going to think, well, it's not that big a deal. I could go on without this. I'll just be a good Christian in every other area. But as for this one, I can't let this one go. You see, meekness is power under control. And the most powerful thing that you can do is to take control of the things that hinder you from becoming what God wants you to be. One or two things in every one of our lives has got a grip on us. And it's holding us, and it's stopping us from being what God wants us to be. It's stopping us from being that first fruit offering that is totally sacrificed to the will of God. And this is an incredible thought, because the implications of this go very far in our lives. If you read in Ephesians chapter 4 from verse 22 to 24, Paul puts it like this. He says that you put off, the other one says, lay aside, get rid of your former conduct, the old man which grows corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. Not a pretty picture of humanity, is it? Not a pretty picture of what our lives are like, or what our minds are like, full of deceitful lusts. And Paul is saying the same thing as James, saying put it off, which means take it away and throw it. Now, the terminology here apparently has a bit of a connotation to a farmer or a gardener. You people know what it's like. You sow a seed, of beautiful flowers. The seeds begin to grow up. And then all of a sudden, those nasty little weeds come in there. And sometimes you've got to be pretty ruthless to pull the weeds out from between the plants. Some people will say, well, let them just grow together. We'll enjoy the blonde, we'll lose a few flowers maybe, but let the weeds and the flowers grow together. It's just too painful to take those weeds and to pull them out. Well, if you're not careful, those weeds will overwhelm you. Those weeds of evil thoughts and all the stuff that he's talking about here are so subtle and yet so incredibly strong. Remember that parable Jesus told about the sower and his seed? One section of seed went out and it fell amongst the weeds. And when the rain came, they all sprung up together, and the weeds choked out the seeds. And the beautiful wheat that had been sown there, and the beautiful things that could have been a possibility, were now choked out. Man, you know what? That's a great picture of what hidden sin does to us. The thing that nobody knows, nobody sees. Oh my word, your spirit is starving. Your spirit is being squashed by these things until you deal with them. And then I want you to notice how radical the dealing is. The terminology says it all. He says, cast it aside, throw it in the fire. Those things all need to go. They all need to burn. Pull them out, let them go. Get rid of those things and be left with a pure harvest of potential fruit that is left in the ground. Maybe some of us need to go and weed our gardens a little bit. I know I do, and I hope that you'll join me. Have a good day. Bye.